Blwyddyn Pimp and welcome to the pre-recorded session for Wednesday the 10th of February 2021. I'm going to be taking you through our maths task for today and also giving you a brief overview of Thursday's task too. In maths this week, our focus has been on handling data. Before we can start any work, we need to warm up our brains. Now you may want to get a piece of paper and a pen or pencil just to jot down your answers so you can check later on in this session. Okay, let's start with our first warm-up task. There are 4 questions I would like you to answer in 45 seconds. Your time starts now. Bant â chi pawb. Off you go, everyone. Time to check your answers. If 4 times 6 equals 24, then 6 times 4 also equals 24. 30 divided by 6 equals 5. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. And 8 times 6 equals 48. Now for warm-up 2. This time you'll have 2 minutes to solve the 5 number sentences involving adding decimals. Bant â chi. You've got 1 minute left. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Let's check. 0.5 add 0.6 equals 1.1. 4.4 add 5.6 equals 10. 6.7 add 8.5 equals 15.2. 3.4 add 5.2 equals 8.6. And lastly, 85.4 add 12.3 equals 97.7. Well done, everybody, if you managed to work those out in 2 minutes. Today's task asks you to spot the mistakes on bar chart A and bar chart B. Now we'll look at them in turn. So firstly, I've got bar chart A on the slide. There are a few things for you to consider which might help you. Firstly, the questions are in red. What problems can you find with these bar charts? Why is it a problem? Things to consider. Labelling the axis. Are the axes, so the x-axis and the y-axis, are they labelled correctly? Look at the layout. Is it set out correctly? Does it have a title? What type of paper have they used? Does it matter what paper they use? You need to consider that. Look at the structure of the bars. Are they done correctly, or is this something that they haven't done this correct? You need to look closely and use those tips to consider what might be wrong, what the problems might be. Now, I'm not going to go into them in detail because if I do, I'll be doing your maths work for you. Let's look at B. Again, you need to spot the mistakes. What's the problems that on the bar chart? Why is it a problem? So again, we can look at this. We can see there appears to be some writing at the top of the bar chart. Is that a title? Is it correct? We can see that the x-axis has some writing on it. We can see the y-axis has numbers going from 0 to 9. Are they labelled correctly? Do they need titles? Look at the structure of the bars. Are they put in the correct place? If they are, okay. If they're not, why not? Again, look at the type of paper. Have they used the right type of paper? Do they need to use a different type of paper? Does it matter? And for us, we need you to record this in Seesaw. So you'll need to put bar chart A and then list what problems you could find with bar chart A. And then similarly, you put bar chart B and make a list of all the problems and mistakes you could spot on bar chart B. Then you have a challenge. What else could you create a bar chart about? Can you think of 3 topics? Have a go at creating one. So the Year 5 teachers would like you to think of 3 topics you could possibly create a bar chart about. You need to write them down for us. But then we only want you to draw a bar chart to represent one of your topics and represent the data on there. Remembering the top tips from the slides before. You can watch this video again and pause it to help you remember the things you should include to make sure that your bar chart is accurate. Now you can see some thinking emojis at the bottom of the page, and I have deliberately chosen to give a pink thought bubble. On your work for Wednesday, so for today's work, it will actually be the right-hand side of the sheet. It'll be in a blue box that it says reflect. But you know that on our work, the Year 5 teachers normally put in pink pen the reflection part that we want you to do. So what is the reflection for this task? Well, what do you think is the most common mistake people make when creating bar charts? Why? Why do you think that is? And there's a top tip, a big hint, it's in bold. There isn't one correct answer. There are several answers that could be given for that, but your teachers only want you to tell us one common mistake that people make when they create bar charts. Here is Thursday's task, and I'm going to give you a brief overview of Thursday's task. So again, you can pause the video and it'll help you when you try and tackle the tasks. Thursday is challenge day, and it's made up of 3 parts. Firstly, you have the warm-up. Secondly, you have a Pokemon challenge, and thirdly, you have a maths riddle. I'll go over an example of the Pokemon challenge with different numbers on the next slide. Now, I've deliberately chosen different numbers so that you can see how to tackle the challenge, but Miss Thomas isn't completing your Thursday task for you. You can use what you've learned from the video to help you solve challenge number 2, the Pokemon challenge. So let's see. Challenge day. You can see that we've got various Pokemon characters. We have a green column that is nice and easy, and then we have a purple column that is a bit more to it. Now in the nice and easy column, it starts with the number 36. And the first thing you have to do is 36 divided by 4. 36 divided by 4 equals 9. I need to remember that number 9 and use it to help me with the next part of my number sentence. 9 multiplied by 3 equals 27. 27 add 24 equals 51. 51 multiplied by 2 equals 102. 102 add 8 equals 110. 110 divided by 10 equals 11. 11 minus 6 equals 5. Find 1/5 of 5 and the answer will be 1. 1 multiplied by 20 equals 20. So the answer for the nice and easy column is 20. Let's look at the purple, a bit more to it column. So this time we start with the number 5. 5 multiplied by 25 equals 125. 125 add 20 equals 145. 145 subtract 8 equals 137. 137 add 3 equals 140. Find a quarter of 140 and your answer will be 35. 35 add 15 equals 50. Now we have to add 2 squared to that number. 2 squared, that little 2 means you are multiplying that number by itself. So in this case, it's 2. 2 2s are 4. So 50 add 4 is 54. 54 multiplied by 20 equals 1080. Find 10% of 1080 and you will arrive at 108. So the answer for the purple, a bit more to it column is 108. Here's the second challenge that you have on Thursday. It's a maths riddle. We would like you to have a go at this with someone in your household. Try this with different numbers. Is the answer always 1? So have a look at the image on the screen. It says, think of a number. So the girl is thinking of 6. Then the man says, add 5, multiply by 2, subtract 8, divide by 2, subtract the number you first thought of, and the girl says, okay, now what? And the man replies, your answer is 1. So the Year 5 teachers, as I've already said, want you to try this with different numbers with somebody in your household. Is the answer always 1? And there's an extra challenge in this part. Why do you think this might be? The Year 5 teachers would love you to send us videos of this, videos of you doing the challenge, and send us a video explaining why, if your answer is always 1, why you think it might be. If your answer isn't 1, try and explain that to us too. Enjoy having a go at the riddle, enjoy playing Pokemon game. We look forward to seeing the work that you're going to share with us on Seesaw. Pob lwc pawb! Da bo chi!